Behind the polished, immaculate, and carefully curated image of the British monarchy, a far more complicated and turbulent story is unfolding behind closed doors. For years, Sarah Ferguson built an ironclad reputation as one of the royal family's most resilient public figures. Time after time, she appeared to miraculously recover from massive personal setbacks and public disasters that many believed would permanently end her time in the spotlight. We all vividly remember the shocking toe-sucking scandals, the media frenzies, and the constant questions about why Fergie kept finding herself involved with dodgy, dangerous people who wrecked her reputation. Yet, recent reports have sparked a completely fresh wave of urgent questions. Royal watchers have noticed that the Duchess of York has suddenly become far less visible than usual, leading to widespread speculation about what may really be happening behind the scenes. Has she simply chosen a quieter life away from the cameras, or is there a much darker reason for her sudden absence? That mystery has captured enormous public attention. As with many stories involving high-profile public figures, rumors have spread incredibly quickly, completely outpacing verified information. Some reports suggest Sarah has deliberately reduced her public appearances during a particularly difficult, emotional period, while others point to deep personal, health, or family reasons that have never been fully explained to the public. Whatever the absolute truth may be, her low profile has only encouraged more intense curiosity about where she is hiding and what may have prompted this sudden lifestyle change. It raises a fascinating question about her recent movements. One overlooked, bizarre detail helps explain why her recent travels have generated so much heated discussion among royal commentators. It all comes down to the wildly different types of accommodation linked to her recent secret travels. According to media reports, Sarah spent an extended period at an incredibly exclusive medical and wellness facility in Switzerland. In these elite clinics, luxury care comes with an exceptionally high daily cost that regular citizens could never dream of affording. But why would she hide there? Such specialized Swiss clinics are world-renowned for offering total privacy, high-end treatment, and a peaceful environment entirely removed from public attention. For someone who has spent nearly 4 decades under the constant, unforgiving glare of the media microscope, that kind of quiet setting would hardly seem surprising. However, subsequent reports completely shattered that image of luxury when she was spotted staying at far more modest, budget-friendly accommodation during other trips. This included a cheap, simple lodge in a remote coastal area far away from high society. Those contrasting reports quickly became the subject of fierce public discussion and debate. Some royal commentators viewed the extreme difference as undeniable evidence of rapidly changing financial circumstances, while others argued there could be many ordinary, practical explanations, including simple room availability, travel convenience, or personal whim. Yet, no official explanation has ever been provided by her team, leaving a massive void for rumors to fill. But the mystery deepens even further. Additional reports soon linked the Duchess to sudden stays in the rugged Austrian Alps and the glamorous French Riviera, adding fuel to the fire. Whether those trips were strictly connected to confidential personal matters, ongoing health battles, intense family commitments, or simple holidays has never been fully confirmed. Nevertheless, each reported sighting seemed to generate another round of aggressive headlines and renewed public curiosity. While the world already knows the exhausting story of her ex-husband, Prince Andrew, what is happening to Sarah Ferguson right now remains a profound mystery. It is this striking contrast between luxury and budgeting that has fascinated so many outside observers. On one hand, you have reports of billionaire retreats known for complete anonymity. On the other hand, you have accounts describing simple, bare-bones locations far removed from the glamorous lifestyle often associated with senior members of the House of Windsor. Does this pattern reflect a true financial collapse, or is she playing a much bigger game? The unusual pattern has only deepened the mystery surrounding Sarah Ferguson's recent disappearance from the public eye. For decades, her entire public image has been meticulously built around the themes of personal resilience and constant reinvention. Through best-selling books, high-profile television appearances, global speaking engagements, charitable work, and ambitious business ventures, she has always been portrayed as someone uniquely capable of rebuilding her career after facing total ruin. However, recent reports have raised tough questions about whether that brave public image tells the whole story. Some commentators claim that the financial picture behind the scenes is far more complicated and dire than many people realize. According to various sources, some of Sarah's commercial partnerships and media projects may no longer provide the steady, lucrative income they once did. In fact, insiders revealed that Andrew and Fergie were secretly laughing at the British press because all these stories claimed she was jet-setting in Dubai. But what they found out next completely changed the narrative. The couple was laughing because she had actually been in the exact same wellness clinic the entire time. She was eventually flushed out of her hiding spot simply because the elite ski season came to an end. These claims have led to intense speculation that maintaining the high-flying lifestyle and flexibility she previously enjoyed has become an impossible challenge. The contrast between her public persona and these desperate travel patterns has caught the attention of many royal observers who believe she is entering a period of transition filled with terrifying uncertainty. What makes the story even more compelling is the strong suggestion that Sarah may not be facing these heavy challenges entirely alone. Reports familiar with her inner circle have raised serious questions about the role her family is playing during this dark period. These accounts suggest there is a level of family support extending far beyond occasional assistance, although the exact details remain unverified. But who is actually footing the bill for her survival? Among the claims receiving the greatest attention are suggestions that Princess Beatrice and Princess Eugenie have been quietly helping their mother through difficult financial periods. At first glance, that concept is hardly surprising. Families routinely support one another during challenging times, and acts of generosity between parents and children are far from unusual. However, royal commentators have focused heavily on a much deeper question. If these reports are accurate, has this family support become something much more consistent than occasional help? There is a massive, dangerous distinction between assisting a loved one through a temporary hardship and becoming a regular source of financial bailing over a long period. According to unverified reports, Sarah may have repeatedly turned to her daughters for direct cash assistance after her commercial opportunities became limited. If true, it highlights the strength of their personal bonds, but it also raises massive questions about the unfair pressures being placed on the next generation. But the daughters have their limits. Reports suggest that even if family support has been generously provided, clear and firm boundaries have been drawn by the sisters. According to some accounts, Beatrice and Eugenie are carefully balancing loyalty to their mother with the urgent need to protect their own families, independent careers, and fragile public reputations. The sisters have chosen to keep clear, unyielding boundaries between their own households and the chaos surrounding their mother's personal circumstances. There has been absolutely no confirmed indication that Sarah Ferguson has moved into either of their private homes. Commentators suggest that maintaining completely separate households reflects a practical decision as much as a personal one, especially given the intense public attention surrounding the York family name. Sarah is currently renting a property entirely on her own, and rumors suggest she is barely speaking to her daughters. She has even been forced to take her name off all her upcoming business proposals, signaling a painful realization that the Fergie show is no longer a golden ticket to a mine. This sharp distinction adds an important emotional layer to the story. Offering financial help to a parent is one thing, but deciding how much involvement to have in their chaotic day-to-day life is something entirely different. Families often face incredibly difficult choices when balancing compassion with the need to protect their own stability, privacy, and responsibilities. Those decisions can be especially complicated when every single move attracts international headlines. Some reports have even claimed that communication within the family has occasionally become completely strained during these difficult financial periods. The sisters have tried to manage family conversations carefully while balancing obligations with their own personal lives. Yet, Beatrice and Eugenie were recently seen traveling to Austria, leading to speculation that they were spending time with their mother to handle sensitive matters in private away from newspaper headlines. Unless she is being funded forever by a mysterious benefactor, she will eventually have to move on from this chapter. But how can she do that without answering the tough questions? It is hard to imagine her sitting down to answer those questions honestly. For decades, she was famous for her remarkable ability to reinvent herself after periods of intense controversy. Time after time, she found ways to reconnect with audiences through television appearances and new business ventures. Today, however, rebuilding her public image has become far more challenging because the media landscape has fundamentally changed. Public expectations have evolved, and every single development is examined more closely than ever before. Rather than focusing on a single mistake, discussions now often revisit events from many different periods of her life at once, creating a mountain of negative press. For years, her association with the royal family was the defining feature of her personal brand, helping her secure massive endorsements. She managed to achieve what Meghan Markle completely failed to do by staying half in and half out of the institution. But that identity is losing its power, and organizations are becoming increasingly cautious about high-profile associations connected to ongoing public debate.